Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to this episode of Connections with Kenyatta Collins. And for those of you wondering, yes, I am the host of this lovely show. Thanks for joining me on today. Listen up, especially my bug lovers, because this episode has something hot, boiled, and tasty coming up just for you. So good, I can smell it now. And see how one local organization is performing positive roles in our educational system and our communities. That and so much more when you blink and we return from this break. You're watching Connections with Kenyatta Collins. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gerard Robinson Sr., pastor of the McEwen Baptist Church, and I want to invite you and your family to join the McEwen family in our worship experience. We have a number of ministries and outreach programs that's sure to strengthen your walk with Christ. I'm asking you to take the next step in your walk with Christ by joining us at the McEwen Baptist Church. We look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to Connections with Kenyatta Collins. You know that we always highlight those organizations that are pushing to make a change in the community. Joining me on today from the non-parallel chapter of Top Ladies of Distinction is Lady Rochelle Eli and Lady Agnes Andrews. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Of course. You came on last year, so I have to have you again this year. You guys have been around in the Baton Rouge area for many, many years. But it didn't start there. The organization itself was originated in where and when?
Well, the Top Ladies of Distinction was originated back in the early 60s. It started when the then president, Lyndon Baines Johnson's wife, we all refer to as Lady Bird, she invited a group of women to the White House for tea. And she was so impressed with the status of these women, their educational level, their love for the world and people. She said, we've got to do something with this. And so there became the birth of Top Ladies of Distinction.
All right. So with Baton Rouge, how did it get started?
The non-parallel chapter was started several years ago, and ladies came together. They saw the vision and they came together to start the non-parallel chapter of East Baton Rouge Parish. And non-parallel stands for second to none. And we have now over 70 members in our chapter, and we are very active in the Baton Rouge and local community.
So when you say active, how active are you?
Very active.
Okay.
We're so active till we almost have to divide ourselves up in groups. Well, first of all, from the national level, there are over 7,000 members.
Okay.
And there are over 100 chapters nationally. And I encourage the listening audience to go online, go to the website, and look up Top Ladies of Distinction. I think they'll be so proud to know that there is such a chapter right here in our city.
Okay.
So we're divided in groups, and we call the groups our thrusts. So we can't do everything of all of the things that we do. But if you belong to a certain group or certain thrusts within the organization, then you really horn in on those projects that you are a member or chairing. And that's how we divide and conquer.
Now, I remember growing up here in Baton Rouge, Top Ladies of Distinction was very, active in the community.
Yes.
And I know education is a big thing with your organization.
Yes.
I know you give scholarships, right?
Right.
So what else do you do in education?
We are our first project and thrust is Top Teens of America. And there are top teens across this country who have been engaged with Top Teens. This past year, several of our teens have attended national conferences in Atlanta and in Baton Rouge and San Antonio, where they go to these conferences and leadership and manners and how to be aggressive in an area of academics. Academics and scholarship and merit is one of our thrusts. Another thrust that we do is status of women. We know that status of women is very, very important to women in our community. We support the Iris Center. This past Christmas, we did a toy drive for the Iris Center where these, when ladies, they are there with their children, we gave them each child baskets of gifts. We also provide status of when we do resume writing, we do clothes giveaway pathway for women who need to get back into the workforce. We also partnership with other organizations like the AKAs and Deltas. The Deltas do health for women. AKAs, we partner with them as well. So we are partnerships, and we look at status of women because we know that women are very important in this community, and we support them throughout.
So knowing that women are important, with that, you do have an event that's coming up that's geared toward women in the community.
Right. On April 4th, 2020, we will have our Hats On signature recognition event. At this event, we will recognize female ministers in the gospel and first ladies who support their husbands in their churches. These ladies work very hard. The first ladies work very hard at their churches and in their community, and we have several female ministers who will be honored that afternoon at the Hilton Downtown Capitol Center at 6 o'clock, April 4th, 2020.
There are tickets to this event, right?
Yes. Yes, there are tickets available. The tickets cost $60 per person, and the table is $600. And if anyone is interested in attending, they can contact Lady Agnes Andrews or myself, and we will provide that information as soon as possible when they call us.
Is there a contact number or website they can reach you?
Yes, you can contact me at my office right on Acadian Thruway, Agnes Andrews, Allstate Insurance. The number, if you got a pencil handy, if not, get one and we'll repeat it again. The number is 225-383-0877. We are so excited to be involved because we get a chance to meet a lot more of the women and the caliber of women that are being recognized at the event. You will be so pleased to know that you're in a community that recognize the contributions of women in the ministry and wives of ministers. So we're really excited to be able to be a part of that.
And are you guys also accepting sponsorships or donations?
Most definitely. The event, and we don't want to lose sight of the fact that this is a scholarship fundraiser. The reason that we're able to provide scholarships for these top teens is because we raise money and we have fun in the process of raising these funds. So to come to the event, we will raise scholarship funds. So we're asking individual business people like people in the industry that I'm in insurance, and doctors and lawyers and attorneys, people that want to be recognized as a lover and giver toward young people and scholarships, to please consider doing a sponsorship. You will be recognized at the event for being a sponsor and given proper recognition for being a sponsor for the Top Ladies of Distinction, our signature event, the Hats On.
The Hats On. So aside from the Hats On, what other events do you put on year-round?
Well, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so there are some organizations already, as Lady Eli alluded to, that we partner with. But we also work very closely with seniors. We all have parents, grandparents, that we want to make certain that they're properly cared for, be it that they're at home, or if they're not at home and some facility, that they're properly cared for. So we work with seniors. We bring gifts at Christmas and socks and all of the fun things that seniors need at a nursing home or at home. We also work with starting at the top, we have the top teens. Okay, we have status of women. We have another project, community beautification. You might see a group of women in pink shirts right on the side of a street, just really
picking up the trash.
Yeah, so we know.
Community.
Yeah, we know that community beautification is very important. So we may decide that this is the area that we're going to horn in on. And so we'll do that. And of course, partnering with other businesses through community partnerships, and then of course top teens.
And we really work with, on tomorrow is a National NCF Day, United Negro College Fund, and we will be worshiping at a local church, and we will be giving back to scholarships through the United Negro College Fund. And so throughout the year, these partnerships with NAACP, We support NAACP. We support we have a huge project that we have adopted one of the local schools, and we go in 3 or 4 times a year and we read to students. We support the teachers in their endeavors, and so therefore, once again, the literacy. We know literacy is a very important thing. You being a teacher, yes, literacy in elementary school, that's where we make readers. So Top Layers of Distinction really hone in on literacy with our little ones throughout the school year. So we give back in that way as well.
And if you ever want to give back to a classroom, my doors are always open.
Well, guess what? You just we putting you on our checklist.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah.
I thank you guys so much for joining me on today. Top Ladies of Distinction. Look out for them, not only on the highways, but in the schoolways as well. We'll be right back.
With the rise of racism and peace being taken from the world, it leaves a person to wonder, what's going on in the world? Sadly, these things are not going away. Read The Dog Whistleblower to find the link between racism and the coming Armageddon.
Are you suffering from substance abuse? Has your addiction taken over your life and left you defeated? Don't give up hope. The New Hope Outpatient Substance Clinic can help you achieve abstinence from addiction. Call 225-926-7911 today and begin your journey towards a better life.
Staff and faculty treated my kids like they were their own.
Shiloh is a place where, your kids can come and be themselves.
The staff is very open to things that the parents have to say.
To enroll your child in Shiloh's Early Learning Academy, call 225-343-4734.
If there's one place in the Black community that holds a precious, almost mythical status, it is this place. Known as the barbershop to some, but for others it's a place of peace, a second home, and a place of healing for many.
The culture of the barber game has changed so much because I'm 43 now. And, they have the 20 and 25-year-olds coming in, and it's almost our time to get out of here, and they have their own style, So
most of everybody only feel good until they have a haircut, no matter what the situation be.
The culture within the Black barbershop can be traced back decades ago, when Black men were only afforded limited opportunities in life. The barbershop became the place to reassert manhood and freely express opinions.
Because normally when people come to the barbershop, they come to the barbershop to express themselves, to say what's on their chest, get some stuff out that they've been holding in all week.
Some men want to look at it their way, so when they get to talking amongst other men in the shop, they kind of see different angles of it. So, it's kind of cool. It's like a family in here.
Each barbershop is tailored with its own personal touch, establishing bonds that last a lifetime.
As you can see here, have a little bit of everybody. It's family friendly. I keep a open area so we can have a lot of crowd interaction. You can talk to your clients. They come to the barbers and tell us problems. We sports. So that's why I have a sports team, So we have something to talk about, A little bit of everything. Talking about everything here.
Being a barber is a huge task that holds sentiments of value for one barber.
I had since I was like 12 years old. Started off back home in Africa. Started as a joke, and then come in America. And the people telling me I can actually do this for a living. I didn't believe it. Because coming from Africa, you have a 3 choices to be in the house. Lawyer, doctor, engineer. Barber was not an option. So Dad forced me to go to school, and I'm glad I did that. I do this for a living now. It means a lot because the barber shop is like a open floor for everybody. They can really like come express what they're feeling. To me, cut hair is just more than having clippers. I like to have one-on-one connection with my clients, and so we can talk. This is not customer, this is my clients to me. When you walk in the door, you're a customer. After I cut your hair a couple of times, now you're my client, so we have a one-on-one personal connection. So I open up, and they open up to me. It's more important.
If you were unaware, the bond between a barber and his client is a pretty big deal.
What I've learned more than anything as a barber, we have to learn how to deal with people more than things changing, because people come here all walks of life. You have people come here on drugs. You have people, you don't never know what the situation is with them, and you have to learn to be diversity. How to have diversity in your life.
Man, this shop like a country club. They come here. Some of them just love coming here, just sitting down talking. It ain't really about getting no haircut.
Black barbershops provide more than just a cut and shave, but it also serves as a sounding board for many of its patrons.
We family oriented. We cut everybody, little kids to older men. We do a normal, we do eyebrows for the women, tapers for the women, undercuts, kids cuts. We just all around.
I have watched a lot of kids grow. I have got closer with their parents. You build relationships and become like a family instead of a client, And in this community right here, where I'm at, a lot has changed since the flood in 2016. So, you have different faces, different people move around the neighborhood. And it just be a nice experience to get to talk to different people, throughout the day, throughout the week, and it'd be a blessing for them to come back, and I thank them for it.
For Connections, I'm Kenyatta M. Collins.
Hello, I'm Pastor Leo D. Cyrus, inviting you to share with us in our worship services. New Hope continues to do God's work in our community through weekly worship services and Bible studies. Our ministry has several outreach programs that serve the people of our community. Come be a part of our church family. We'd love to have you.
Louisiana will continue to win. We will win with Donald Trump.
That was Louisiana Secretary of State Kyle Ardoin publicly supporting President Donald Trump at a campaign rally last year for Eddie Risponi. While most politicians do frequent many political events, Louisiana law prohibits the Secretary of State from participating or attending events outside of their own campaign.
Those rules and regulations are in place for a reason. You have to be fair and unbiased when you serve in that capacity. And obviously, he's not doing that. Certainly, I saw some of the clips where he was participating in the fundraisers or rallies for Risponi, and I know that he should not have been doing that. I'm told that there's a complaint that is filed, and certainly hope that they would follow through on that. Because if I have to follow the law, then he should follow the law.
It's not questionable behavior, it's illegal behavior. On two different occasions, the Secretary of State, just before the primary election in November and the runoff election in December, appeared at a political rally for Eddie Risponi that featured the President of the United States, Donald John Trump. According to the law, because Kyle Ardoin holds the position of Secretary of State, the Secretary of State cannot be a part of any kind of political rally in favor of any other candidate other than himself.
Video of Secretary Ardoin endorsing President Trump was posted to the Secretary's campaign Facebook page. It was soon deleted once the law was presented in response to his comments during the rally.
Well, I think it's terrible. If we want to maintain the mantra that no man is above the law, we have to live by that. I don't believe that anyone is above the law, not the President of the United States and not the Secretary of State. He should be held accountable for his actions. He should be held accountable for his unethical behavior. And we should remain vigilant to make sure that happens. We have to have people in place, especially the Secretary of State, who uphold the highest level of ethics when it comes to our elections. So the last thing we need is a Secretary of State who openly and willingly breaks the law.
Antoine Pierce, a candidate for the United States Senate, expressed his concern over the matter and how it could shape what is supposed to be a fair process.
Ignorance of the law is not justification for breaking it. So I think we have to hold him accountable. The people have to hold him accountable. The Ethics Board has to hold him accountable and say, hey, look, we will not accept this. We will not have any candidate that's supposed to be in an apolitical position going out and campaigning for candidates in any other seat. So my position is to hold him accountable, period.
Fred Smith filed a complaint with the State Board of Ethics. He believes the matter is not being taken seriously.
I called him on it because I know that it's illegal, and I had a problem with the fact that nobody else seemed to care.
As Secretary of State, Ardoin is Louisiana's chief elections officer. This is not only a question of law, it's also a question of voter confidence.
Oh, we're in great jeopardy, and I think more so for people who are willing to turn a blind eye to it because it fits their agenda, and that even includes people in the electorate. So if you're okay with it because your side does it, then that's problematic too, because if he had been let's say perhaps a Democratic Secretary of State and he had done the same thing, would you hold him to the same standard, or would you say no, it's okay? You know, it's fine. He supports the person I like, so let's forget about it. No, I think we have to uphold the same standard, whether they're Democrat, Independent, Republican, whoever. So I think it puts our state in jeopardy when people are willing to turn a blind eye to it because it matches their agenda. It fits their side of the political spectrum. No, we need to hold everybody to the same level of accountability.
The law is designed to ensure integrity in the elections process, but when the chief elections officer is biased, it raises questions.
It's the same as the judicial races with the judges. They cannot campaign for anyone. Now, they can show up at an event, but they can't campaign at an event. You certainly should not be in violation of the law. If you are going to be over elections, that says a lot. That says that we probably don't have a fair process. Somewhere along the lines, I would think that we need to look into that very, very seriously. As we look back and see how our elections have been tampered with, from the president on down, I think that is something that we should be highly concerned with. And as an elected official, I'm appalled that he would think that it's okay to do that.
It would be reassuring to me if the governor would at least make a statement that said that I have concerns as governor of the state of Louisiana with Mr. Ardoin's behavior. And it would be helpful if the powers that be, the appropriate office, would investigate this matter.
The law in question, revised statute 1818-2, says the Secretary of State shall not participate or engage in any other political activity, including the candidacy of any other person for election to public office. We made several attempts to reach out to Mr. Ardoin's press secretary, Tyler Bray. So far, we have not received a response. For Connections, I'm Kenyatta Collins. Man, it's the season of bipolar weather, good vibes, and this popular Louisiana treat. Fire up the boiling pots and prepare to feast Baton Rouge. It's crawfish season again, and many Louisiana residents have already begun indulging themselves in this time-honored tradition. After the celebration of Mardi Gras comes Lent, a season of sacrifice for many in the church. For those observing Lent, crawfish often follows the ashes. Lent is a busy season for anyone selling seafood, since many use it as a time to give up meat. This Louisiana delicacy has been selling by the pound at Capital City Crawfish on Government Street, where owner Will Boutte has seen his sales increase.
Really now is our peak time during Lent season, and then also Easter. Easter is like the Super Bowl.
Crawfishing is a family tradition for Boutte that began decades ago, a tradition that carried him to the opening of Capital City Crawfish.
I was actually an insurance adjuster for like 13 years, and I got tired of traveling. My wife, we had 3 kids, so it was kind of hard traveling. So this place came up for sale on the internet, and I said, you know what, I'm going to try it out and go from there.
If you're on the hunt for hot, delicious crawfish, Capital City has affordable prices.
It is $4.99 if they buy 10 pounds or more. It's $4.49 a pound, and then live is $3 a pound.
Looking for some sides to go along with your plate? Don't worry, Capital City Crawfish has you covered on that front as well.
Corn, potatoes, sausage, we have all the bull meats, turkey necks, neck bone, pig feet, turkey wings. We have bull shrimp, snow crabs, po' boys, platters, boudin, crack, I mean, just the list goes long. We do crabs, catering. We have a big boiling trailer that we can boil about 1,200 pounds at a time. We do all kind of cooked food, po' boys, lunch specials, stuff like that.
If you enjoy crawfish just as much as I do, then I encourage you to give Capital City Crawfish a try. Crawfish season does not end until the middle of summer, so you have plenty of time to enjoy. For Connections, I'm Kenyatta Collins.
Hi, this is Fred Jeff Smith, pastor of Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. Shiloh is a traditional church with the timeless message of the gospel of Jesus Christ. But that doesn't mean that we don't have something that will entice and intrigue you. We have a wonderful music ministry. We have wonderful children's ministries. We have a fabulous Christian education ministry. We're reaching out to you, inviting you to come and be a part of the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. We want you to come and check us out. You'll be glad that you did.
So before we part ways, I have to ask, how well did you enjoy today's episode? Reach out to me. I am ready and available to hear from you. Message me, Connections with Kenyatta Collins, on all social media platforms. Feel free to like, comment, and share any and all of Connection stories. I'm also planning a crawfish day in the park pretty soon. So if you'd like to have an invite, be sure to inbox me on social media. As always, until next time, next week that is, have a great day. Go check out my YouTube page to catch up on previous Connections episodes. Thank you for all your support. See you later.